Oh, hello, welcome in. I'm being attacked by a microphone. We've also got dramas behind the scenes as I'm trying to log into Stream Elements while streaming, which requires a code being sent to Mrs. Llama's phone, whilst this microphone has a mind of its own. Just bear in mind for a moment, I can't even see what you're responding in the chat until I get logged into Stream Elements. It's all gone wrong. The technology has failed me massively. Bear with me 1 second whilst I get this sorted out. Let's just move over to this screen for a moment. There we go, people. You're going to have to let me know whether this is working properly or not. I've got all kinds of technological problems down here. We've got things crashing on me as we speak. We've got microphones being absolutely out of control. What I can see now is that we've got a few people with us already. Welcome into Ryan Ryan Black is back from a hospital appointment just for time for the start of the stream. Sean Paul is already bringing the French linguistic skills. We've got No Game. Always a happy Monday. Let's get this new season going. Just drop me a little message down in the chat if you are viewing. Is everything working all right now? Is the audio working? Is the chat function working? Because I've been having a few little technical issues behind the scene. Let's see whether we can jump in and show you a little bit of Football Manager as we have it, because we've made a bit of a start on the new season. We've not done huge amounts of work already. We've tried to do a little bit. We've played the first 3 games of the season, and what do we make of the first 3 games of the season? So we're unbeaten. Let's show you. We've won a game and drawn 2. After a pretty decent pre-season, but we've not looked good. It's become woefully apparent incredibly early on that we are not up to the level of the rest of the teams in this division. I have a horrible feeling that we've bounced into the start of the new season with that kind of like that promotion bump. Morale is pretty good around the camp. Everybody's happy. I don't think we have a squad that can in any way, shape or form compete with the other teams in Ligue 2. And I have a feeling as soon as we hit a sticky run, and I'm reasonably confident that that sticky run is going to come over the next 2 games as we take on Toulouse and Parry FC in the derby, with clubs like Le Havre, Saint-Etienne and Lorient to come. My mind is firmly on survival for this season, because I think it's going to be a challenge just to stay up this season. Let's show you the league table, which looks incredibly encouraging. Look at us, newly promoted Little Red Star, bouncing our way up to 7th in the league, an unbeaten start. By the way, the club that we won a game against, it was only Nantes. What were they? French Cup winners in real life this season, I believe. Don't kid yourself, all right? This was a game where our XG's pumped up by a penalty. We scored in the first minute. By the way, look who scored. Look who scored. This player looks like he could become a little bit of a hero already. Nah. We've strengthened the squad with the addition of Bermuda. And we've brought in a few other players as well, who I'm going to say look absolutely nothing other than bench warmers. I think our squad this season is pretty much 12 or 13 players in depth. Everybody else, well, I'm going to show you. So we've brought in quite a few since you were with us last time. I'm way over the wage budget, by the way. We're currently spending, what, 53,000 on a budget of 49. That's still going to mean that we are, by far and away, I think, one of the lowest spenders in terms of wages in this division. Let's go to team detail. Let's whiz all the way down the bottom. First of all, let's have a look at the old transfer spend. So you've got clubs like Valenciennes spending 5 million. We've got a net gain of 115,000, but it's the salary per annum. There we are, 18th, spending what, a tickle under 2 million per year. Chambly, who came up with us last season, are one place higher. They're spending £1 million more per annum, so they're spending 50% more than us each year, and they are still predicted to get relegated. The clubs at the top, look at Strasbourg. Best part of £11 million versus 2. I honestly don't think that we can compete. And we've signed what can only be described as dross, I would say. By the way, we've got more people coming. Games Tells Stories is with us.
Good morning.
Now, it is fabulous to have Games Tells Stories with us today. And I shall tell you why. Games Tell Stories, or should we drop the formality? Shall we call him Kirk? He has prepared a very lovely little video for the Manager's Seat YouTube channel, which is only going to be out at the end of this stream. It goes live at 3 p.m. this afternoon. And it's a cracking video. If you've never experienced a Games Tell Stories video before, how he creates these videos, I've absolutely no idea. They are edited to perfection, and they include Kirk animated as like a graphical, I don't know what we would call it, a persona, an avatar. It's absolutely wonderful. And this video, it's an absolute cracker. I've watched it twice myself already as I start to think about my FM24 plans. It's about how you set up a director of football save. And it is incredibly well put together, incredibly informative. It includes a smorgasbord of tips and tricks about how you might play in a director of football mode in Football Manager. It's a very hot topic. Lots of people are all kind of like being drawn towards this new way of playing the game. And Kirk has created a video for the Manager's Seat that I think is absolutely a chef's kiss of a video. Hopefully the first of a series of videos that Games Tell Stories is going to put together. So as soon as we finish this stream at 3 o'clock, just hit refresh on the Manager's Seat channel until that bad boy gets released. It's going to be well worth watching, well worth dropping a like on, well worth dipping over to Kirk's own channel. You can see he's in the chat now. All you got to do is just click on his little avatar. It will take you to his channel. You can get subscribed now so that as he continues to drop episodes of his own Director of Football series where he's managing Everton, you will get the latest updates of when those videos become available. So welcome into you, Kirk. Sean and Games Tell Stories, thank you very much for telling me that it all looks good. And Got No Game as well. Seri, the avatar, that kid's show with the bald boy with the blue arrow on the head. Oh, God, I had to take a school trip, Seri, to go and watch that film when it was first released. There's about 4.5 hours of my life I'll never get back. Haven't they made a sequel to that as well? Right, let's show you these players, shall we? We managed to sign, and I'm delighted by this, Trezor Philankembo. Look at that for a midfielder. He has got Ligue 1 first touch and passing and bravery and aggression and, I dare say, decisions and determination and leadership as well. Physically, he's just about all there. Maybe the strength could be a soupçon better, if you will. And then he's only gone and broken his toe in the last game. So he's out for, 6 to 8 weeks. So forget the 2.6k I've lavished on him. That's absolutely no use for today's stream. We've also signed Jesus Bermudo. And I have paid big money for Jesus Bermudo. Don't get me wrong, he's coming on a free transfer. He was at Rayo Vallecano's B team, but I am shifting more than 10% of our annual wage budget in his direction so that he can come in and score the goals that are going to fire us to safety. And to be fair, he's done his job so far. He's got a player of the match. He's got 2 goals and looked very, very good in the games that he's played so far. An injury to him, and you will see me weep. You will see me absolutely break down. And then I've also had to bulk out the squad. So the squad's decent in size now. Sorry, no, that's Blue People avatar. The avatar you were talking about was a bold boy with a blue arrow on the head. I don't remember that one, but sounds fun. Sounds fun. Jablord is with us. Yeah, Jesus Bermudo. Is he a player that we are excited about? He looks very quick, very agile. He can dribble, finish. First touch is good. Composure and off the ball. He can go out and play as a winger, one that can't cross, but he can go out and be a winger. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be okay. But if he gets injured and if I've spent more than 10% of our weekly wage budget on him, I will be sad. Because in order to snag the big dog, I've had to bulk up the squad with questionable signings. Here we go. I'm almost afraid to show you this. I apologise in advance. Okay, deep breaths. Let's just take a look at them. So I've brought in, 4 loan players, all of whom are bang average. In fact, I think they besmirch the good name of bang average. They're weak. And they're not even free. I couldn't find... Well, no, one of them is free. I could only find one player to come in on loan where we wouldn't contribute any of his weekly wages. That player is Arjan Verlat, an 18-year-old Dutch centre-forward with agility of 6, acceleration and pace of 9, mentals that are, let's be honest, wretched, and technicals, well, what would we say? His heading is good and his first touch is great. I mean, he did come on as a sub in our opening game of the season and got a 7. And he's come from good stock. Is it PSV or is it Feyenoord? It's PSV that he's come in from. But honestly, don't hold your hopes up. He's just come in because he's free. Let's show you our other loan signings. Maxime Thierry comes in from Nancy, who I believe are actually in the same division as us. Again, as a right back with dribbling of 5 and crossing of 8 and marking of 8 and positioning of 9 and off the ball movement of 3. But he's cheap. He's come in 375 nicker a week. At least he's warm and breathing, which is about as much as you can say for Evan Boschk. Now, this tells you about the kind of pool that I'm swimming in. I've bought him in on loan from Auxerre, who were in the division below. And I'm still contributing 300 smackers a week to his wages. I mean, technically, have you seen a more barren player than Evan Boschk? I don't think so. Left fullback or centre half. Dribbling of 2. First touch of 6. Heading of 7. Marking of 9. technically and mentally, he's all right, but... Oh, good Lord. Speaking of questionable signings, Joshua Brown is here. I was about to say good afternoon in French. I can't do that. That's beyond me right now.
I'm English. We play the game aggressively, you know. It's normal for us.
Apologies. I should have just gone with a simple bonjour, shouldn't I? I've also bought in... Oh, this goes from the sublime to the ridiculous. Okay, Evan Bosk is 17 years old, at the other end of the age spectrum. Bearing in mind, in order to try and facilitate the Bermudo deal, I've let a player go. I sold Jordan Semedo Varela, who was a reasonable... Oh, what have I done here? I've sold a reasonable left back. And I did it just to get 100 grand in to the coffers, so that I could squirrel that over onto the wages. That's probably a mistake, I think. What I've bought in to replace him is poor at best, including a right back. This is Johan Bilingi, who's 32 years old and is cheap. £850 a week. Ryan Black, the young Dutch lad, not tall enough to be a target for... Well, he's not good enough to be anything. Jablord, big things coming with Bosch. I tell you what, I like that for kind of enthusiasm. Evan Bosch. You really think big things? Oh, I hope so. Buy Bosch. No, seriously, buy Bosch. Varela is the past, Bosk is the future. Tell you what, Jablord, I'm enjoying your positive spin on some very dubious transfer business. Sean Paul, how much money could you raise selling the tell you what, hello, selling the transfer clauses? Okay, let's see what we've got down here then. So, your board has 5% of the next transfer of Ludovic Vadivelou. Oh, God, he's nice. I'll take him back. So we could sell that. Jerome Tuillier can't sell. Joris... We can't sell some of these. We can't sell very many of these. No. Here's another one. Your board has negotiated a potential so we could get 6 grand for him and... Well, 57 grand's not the worst in the world. Do you reckon? Oh, Z's with us, talking of handsome. And not me. It's Z.
Good morning.
I promise that will be the end of the rhyming couplets for this stream. 57... How much is he actually worth? Not huge. That's worth thinking about. We got any more that we could sell? 21. 50. I'll tell you what, Sean. You might well be the cleverest little squirrel that has ever walked into this stream. So actually, I'm guessing it's just the one with pound signs next to them that we can sell here. Whoa. Hello. Whoa. What's this? Hello. Hang on a second. Which one was he? 214,000. I mean, the 6k, that's nothing to get excited about. But tell you what, we could stick 300k in the old transfer budget here. No trouble. 350k. The only trouble is we'd only get 15% of that. Yeah, there's at least 300k there, but we're only getting 15% of that. So, what are we talking? Maybe like touching 40k? Is Is it worth doing? In my experience, these players with sell-on clauses normally just end up getting released at the end of their contract. So, Z with the maths, 52k. Love it. Thank you very much. Is that mental arithmetic there, Z? Because that is strong summage. The numbers game is good. Okay. Do a board request to increase the transfer revenue. I'm pretty sure it'd only let me do that for next season. Or am I mistaken? Let's have a look. Finances. Increase the percentage of... Okay. Increase the percentage of transfer revenue. Let's give it a little whisper. The board are going to get back to us. Okay. So we play. I haven't continued showing you. I mean, hold on 1 second. We might not even want any more players in when I show you the rest of these magicians that we've brought in. Such as Kamal Bendaoud. I don't think he's the worst one I've brought in, to be honest. At 1.6k a week on a full-time contract as a backup striker. I think that's reasonable.
Good day to you.
Afternoon, Talis. How did the signings go? 2 of the signings went very well. We got Bermudo. So we're happy with that one. We've paid through the proverbials to get him. And then we also got Phil and Kembo, who's my other top target. And he's got himself injured for 6 to 8 weeks with a broken toe. And bearing in mind my 2 transfer necessities for the summer were a right winger and a right back, I've treated myself to a striker and a central midfielder. So, potentially not great. But I've also bought some more dross in as well. This is Daniel Sousa, who actually is a on loan striker or winger. Again, I don't think he's the worst. Left-footed, which is annoying when I want to play him as a right winger. Oh, Talis, don't, because I went back and forth on the wages, honestly. When he took ages to make his mind up. Tell you what, do you know what the cheeky little individual did? He came back to me. He took about 3 weeks to decide who he wanted to sign for. He came back to me and said, do you know what, I'll sign for you if you make me an improved offer. So I had to nudge and nurdle. And then when he actually said he would sign, I actually I saved the game, turned off the PC. And I actually went away and thought about it for a little bit. I watched a film and came back to it and then thought, do you know what? Goals are going to be invaluable in trying to survive. What I didn't think was goals are invaluable and we're going to be shipping loads of them because we've just got a patch together back four. So instead, I just went and splurged all of my money on Bermudo instead. Talking of legends joining the stream.
Good morning.
Aussie Villain is with us as well. And let us be brutally honest, it's never anything short of an absolute pleasure whenever Aussie Villain joins the stream. Hope you are well, sir. Hope your afternoon is good. Hope your little one is good as well. I am in the process of showing the chat some very poor transfer business. I think that's actually everybody that I've bought in since our last stream that I've shown you. So I managed to get 4 in on loan, and I managed to get Belingi and Bendaoud in as well. Belag just woke up. You've woken up to some very squiffy transfer business. I'm very disappointed about Phil and Kembo getting injured because he'd started, well, I was going to say all right. He's got a 6.4, a 6.9 and a 6.7. He started disastrously, let's be honest. Is it Tatolna who'd started a bit better? Okay, he scored a goal. No, neither of those central midfielders have started very well. Testing another new formation at the moment, and so far seems to be okay given it uses a false 9 and normally that backfires. I've heard great things about the back line, and hold on 1 second, who is this sneaking in?
Good morning.
Benjamin Bessemer, what are you doing super chatting, you? unbelievably generous individual. Here's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama. Fuzzy llama, funny llama, 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 duck. Good afternoon. Thought you'd bring back the first paragraph of your namesake song with me. Well, thank you very much for that, Benjamin. Hold on one second. Benjamin, your generosity is never anything short of absolutely incredible. Thank you very much for your super chat. I'm going to be brutally honest. As an old man, I'm not entirely sure what super chat means. I think it means that it's highlighted a message. And hopefully I did it justice. Here's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama, fuzzy llama, funny llama, 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 duck. Beautiful work, beautiful work. Benjamin, you might be less impressed with my transfer business. We've bought in Bermudo, we've bought on Phil and Kembo, 2 players we had on trial, and then I've bulked out the squad with some very average loan players, I'm afraid. Nothing average about this young gentleman, though. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Nigel is with us, just got in from the doctor's, routine appointment, and spending £150 on a second-hand sofa and an office chair. This moving malarkey is killing you. But that first evening when you are fully moved in, Nigel, and you've got the broadband working and you are enjoying the beverage of your choice, plus a cheeky little stream and a game of FM, I would imagine it would all be worthwhile. Hardly any time yet to do a Lynn packing up. Any packing up. You got me there. You got me. Benjamin was lurking when I mentioned the transfers. Let me know what you think of them, Benjamin. I mean, I'm not buzzing about the bench warmers. But I think Bermuda and Bonnie and Chibozzo could be a really good strike trio, with Sousa coming off the bench, who I think could be quite good as well. We need to try and get word from our board about what they're saying about this this request to up the percentage of transfer fees that are applied to our transfer budget. They're going to turn me down because they're pretty stingy, the board at Red Star. By the way, we've got Toulouse next. That's going to be an absolute horror show. Z, you feel like it's going to be Blackpool in the Premier League, every game 3-2 in one direction or the other. I would say mainly not in our direction as well. At least you made transfers. You could have not been able to make the transfers whatsoever and had to sell and buy. Well, I have sold one player to bring in £100,000, our left back, who I didn't think was that great. But I've not replaced him. So, by the way, why are the board not getting back to me here? Have I missed a message? Or is it just we haven't gone forward a day, perhaps? I've got other players that I've lined up to come in as well, but I'm thinking of cancelling this. Patrick Mougier gave that a go. I don't think we need Patrick anymore, do we? Let's have a look at my options at left back. I've shoveled Corian Darba over to left back. Not ideal, I realise. And then I also have Evan Bosk, who can play, allegedly, as left back. So do I need to bring in another one? It would be another... It's about 1.5k a week, I think I've promised this boy. No, 1.1. Is that worth another 1.1? I know he's a bit more left-backy than the other two left-back options, in that he can actually cross. But his off-the-ball movement's 4. Can I let you in on a little secret with my transfer business, by the way? I just went down my shortlist, just putting in offers for anybody that would play for cheap. Sign Mbappe. I reckon he's got to be knocking on 30 now, hasn't he? Let's have a look how old he is. Is he even still with PSG? He is. And he's 32. And yeah, he's to be fair to him, he's had a reasonable career. By the way, if PSG ever won the Champions League yet, being down in the lower reaches of English football, I've not really been keeping up with that. Oh, they have. 2030, so they won it a year ago. And have they won this every single year? 22, 23, 24. Oh, they didn't win in 25. All right, they have dropped one. Who won it on that rare year off for them then? Monaco. Yeah. KD3's with us.
Evening, everybody.
Good to see you. Nigel, you're slower FM at the moment than a Llama stream. Whoa. I thought I'd been keeping the pace up recently. Only managed a couple of games in the last week or so. I thought I'd been upping the pace. Z, he'd be great if he could dribble. 4. Technique. 6. Off the ball. 4. I mean, he gives auxiliary cover over on the left wing as well, but... Oh, I don't know about him. I don't know. He's more defensively minded, Talis. I think you're right. And I think I've already got options that are defensively minded. If I want a defensively minded left back, I throw young Evan Bosch out there. And I know, he's pretty much of a muchness with him, isn't he? Benjamin likes some of his qualities. Distinctly average. Good afternoon to you. Evan Bosch, 1 finishing. Strong. Welcome in, distinctly average. Your username pretty much describes my transfer business, I would say. You're most welcome in. I'm still waiting, by the way, for this board to get back to me. I'm thinking we're going to say no on Patrick Mouger. Because I think I've got enough bang average backup players now, and he would just be another of those. If we can bring in one more signing, I'd like to bring in another marquee signing, really. I'm desperately trying to get another player just out the door as well. Bondo. Oh, somebody wants him now. On loan. Go on then. Have him. Take him. On loan. Just pay all of his wages. Get that off my wage bill. Ideally, I'd like to just get rid of him permanently, but I can't find anybody who would take him. Belag, what's the wage structure looking like with the new transfers? Well, I'll show you, but you've got to go like that. All right, because it's not pretty. Got a wage budget of 49 grand and I'm spending 53. So in percentage terms, I am a little bit over budget. But if we can pull off this old selling of transfer clauses and I budge some more over onto the old wage budget, I might be able to pull it off a little bit. I might be able to. Distinctly average. You changed the name on YouTube for your new channel. Oh, Craig. I did not know it was you, Craig. Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. So the YouTube channel's happening. Is it Craig? Like a little sneak announcement there. Dean Gripton is with us as well.
Afternoon, everybody.
Dean, it's pronounced Major. Well, it was for Speedway legend Ivan Major. I tell you what, it's that kind of linguistic knowledge that makes us all thankful you are here, Dean. Welcome in. I'd imagine, Dean, it's a bit of a quieter time of year for you, isn't it? Hold on a second. This is interesting. It's 875 quid a month on top of... Why don't they just pay 100% of his wages? That'd be cheaper. I think we'll take that. Don't mind if we do get that off the wage budget. Dean, must be a fairly quiet time of year for you, isn't it, with all the football stopping? I know you're a regular around lots of sort of lower league and non-league football, aren't you? So you must be having your feet up. Are you beaming in from... Ooh, where could you be? Mauritius or... the Bahamas. I'd imagine you're on your summer pre-season break, aren't you? Reece Foreman missed the last 40 minutes. Did you? Have we been going that long? Oh, crumbs, we have. God, I've barely pressed continue. Reece, you've missed nothing. Did you manage to get Jesus Bermudo? Well, if by Jesus Bermudo you mean... Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Yes, I did. And he's already scored twice for us in the first 3 games of the season. So he is in and we are excited about him. Yassin has started a new same with Helmond Sport, playing a 4-4-2, God's own formation, with a DLP He doesn't score goals. Is it the role or the player? I don't know. If you're playing a deep line playmaker, Yassine, do you need him to score goals? I wouldn't say I ever get too many goals out of central midfielders in a 4-4-2. They're more the supply line. Dean, plenty of EFL alumni in this French save for you. Do you know one who turned us down, actually? Was old Harvey Nibbs was on a free, and we were in for him. And I might have to stop being lazy and type in his last name as well. He decided to go to Coventry. How's that for loyalty? We had him at Bromley, made him the man that he is. Took him to Birmingham, treated him like a son. Brought him into QPR, stuck by him through his injury troubles. By the way, 12 in 15. Oh. And then brought him out to France as well on loan, where he was, well, not brilliant, but 12 in 19 starts. And then he's available on a free. Cheeky little bid in. No, Coventry for the Nibster. He chooses Coventry. Unbelievable. What else have we got? Joshua Brown. Add a mandatory future free. Oh, yeah, I should have done that, Joshua. Joshua, do you know what? You're far better at this game than me. That would have been a good thing to put in. I think his contract is up at the end of the season anyway. Yeah, all right. So he would be leaving on a free anyway. So I can say, no, the reason I didn't do that was because his contract is expiring. I didn't spot it, Joshua. Didn't spot it. Dean, no way. Super busy. Player assessments, updating histories, injuries, then all right. So rather than the quietest time of year for you, it's actually the busiest time. Dean, every time you pop in, managing a different team. It's not the intention, Dean. It's not the intention. Let's go to my profile here. We did a fair old stint at Kingstonian. 4 seasons there, achieving absolutely nothing. Well, it's kind of like 3.5 seasons. Then we jumped to Sutton for half a year, Bromley for a year, Birmingham for a year and a half, QPR for a year, and now this is our second. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Timeline, please. Oh God. How do I look at that, Dean? Is it terrible that I don't use that feature? Somebody guide me. Somebody guide me to the timeline. There's 2 things I don't use, Dean. That's the squad planner. I don't know where anything is in it. And I don't use the old timeline ever. My manager timeline. Is this the Badger? Okay. Here we go. Should we take a magical little mystery tour? Look at these times at Kingstonian. By the way, I was very happy at Kingstonian. I was, ploughing along there, not really achieving anything. Although we were second when I left. Winners win. Kingstonian set a new club record as they win 5 matches in a row. Those were the days. Do you remember the 2023-24 season? Then we ditched them. I say we ditched them. The chat decided to ditch Vanarama National South, second in the table Kingstonian, and instead move to bottom of League 2 Sutton. We weren't at Sutton for a long time, nor was it a particularly good time, but we kept them up. They were bottom when we joined, and then we steered them to safety. This looks a bit bad, doesn't it, really? Welcome aboard. Hired an assistant manager. 200 games in charge in a career, and then we resigned. Because although we kept Sutton United up, Bromley were coming down from League 1 to League 2, and they had much better budgets and a better squad, so we jumped in. And we did 1 full year at Bromley, romped our way to the title, spearheaded by the Nibster. There you go, look, there you go. We're going up, we're going up. EFL League 2 success, Nibs, the record breaker. And then I was all set for a back-to-back promotion with Bromley, but then Birmingham were coming down from the Championship to League 1, and they're not from one of the capital cities of the Big 5 leagues. But again, the chat said, come on, Birmingham is the European capital of pipe cleaners. I'm sure we can make some kind of title for them. So we went to Birmingham. But Birmingham was just way too easy. We were absolutely smashing our way through League One. Top of the table when we left. We would have been title winners, without doubt. We were about 20 points clear. But with about 6 or 7 games left of the season, we went to QPR because they were bottom of League One, and the narcissist in us thought we could get back to a London club and save them from relegation. And we couldn't. We got them relegated down to League Two. But then we bounced straight back up again. Record points haul. Come on. League Two winners. And then we jumped over to Parry, whose season finished later than QPR's. To try and get them promoted because they had a chance of making the playoffs. And we didn't. We didn't make it. But we got promoted last season instead. So what a timeline that is. We're about, 9 years into our career now. What else have we got here? But the deep line forward is more like a playmaking striker. Oh, sorry. It was a deep line forward, not a deep line playmaker. Talis Nibs was homesick. Got no game. Take his knighthood off him. I know. I feel a bit betrayed. A little bit betrayed. Joshua, between Kingstonian and Red Star, you managed 6 clubs in 5 seasons. Yeah. Wow. You can take the boy out of Mercenary, but you can't take the mercenary out of the boy. Timeline is a visual treat of a feature, as is the score. Well, I quite actually like the timeline, having just had a little look through it. Here we go. I'm going to click on this in a minute. I'm going to click on this. This is a big message here. This is a big message. The Sleeping Dragoon's with us as well.
Good morning.
Tanjung, you're not late at all. We are 51 minutes into the stream and I've done barely anything. I was faffing around with stream elements for the first 10 minutes, so I would never worry about being late. Dean, it is fun to look back at the timeline. Do you know what? It's actually a fun little mystery tour. Okay, here we go. They've rejected it, but they're willing to discuss it. So let's do that then, shall we? I could do with some more freedom in the transfer market. I need the percentage transfer revenue to be vastly increased. I hope you can increase the percentage revenue as I've brought a lot of money into the club. I'm not sure that's true. I'd like to increase the percentage. If we are to continue to use the transfer market to increase profits for the club, we have to spend accordingly. That's a nice one. I'd like to increase the percentage for raising his profit. After all, I did help bring in much of that revenue. That's not true. I bought in about 100 grand of it. I like this one. I promised them profits. Goodness sake. Okay, so if we sell these transfer clauses then, we're only getting 15% of them. I'm still tempted to do it anyway. Because finances are very tight. I'm going to play forward a little bit. You talk me out of it. You talk me out of it. Shall I sell 300 odd grand's worth of transfer clauses to only get 15% of it? £52,000 apparently my mathematical advisors tell me. While we think about that, I'm going to go and lose to Toulouse. Oh, look at that. Apparently the rhyming couplets weren't over when I thought they were. Toulouse is going to be a heck of a tough game, by the way. How much did we say that they are paying? 9.5 million a year versus 2. We can't compete with these people. Can't compete. By the way, I reckon the reason they won't let me have more of that transfer percentage is because the overall finances are still pretty precarious. What did we have? Less than 100 grand in the bank? 67,000. Yeah. Seeing as I had the club at about 1.4 million in debt at the end of last season, I can see why they might be cautious. Especially as I'm over my wage budget as well. I'm not exactly looking after the club's finances. Never mind. Okay, what do we got here? We'll whiz through these. Still not cleaned out the shortlist, by the way. I know you lot told me off for it last stream. Still not cleaned out the shortlist. Let's see how we get on against Toulouse. We're going to have to patch up the midfield for this. Oh, that's good news. Get that off the old wage bill. There you go. He's a bit of a troublemaker as well at the moment. So get that out of the squad. There's another bit of wages saved. That's another almost grand a week better off. 51.5 now. You know, if we could get another 4 grand on that wage budget, we're back in business. Back in business. Have I got anybody else that I can shift out as well? You can drop down to the second team. Jeffrey Lottis. 220. Come on. He's a bargain at 220,000. By the way, him being on the transfer list is more to do with him than me, to be honest. He decided that he's going to consider his options at the end of the year, and he's only going to be a squad player, so I thought maybe I could lose his weekly wage off the wage budget, as well as maybe cash in, get a bit of money for him. I don't think we'll get 200 grand for him, but I don't know. I'd take 70. Come on, somebody, make me an offer. Make me an offer. By the way, we're going to see potentially Bermudo in action, although he's carrying a bit of a knock as well. He came off injured in the last game. Let's see if he's going to be fit. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. We just need to find a new central midfielder. And it's at the back where I've got huge reservations for this season. You're going to see our defending in a moment. It is amazing the difference in quality between the Nacional and Ligue 2 when it comes to attackers. Our defence has honestly been shredded in the 3 games we've played so far. So let's see if we can bring in a central midfielder that might help us out with that. So Peter Andre comes in. I met his wife actually when he first signed. She was a mysterious girl. He is a more defensive option. So got him holding position. Let's get him on tackle harder. Let's get him on mark tighter. And he can be our holding player. And Tatolna, who's got a little bit more about him attacking wise. Let's go with... let's go backwards and forwards. Let's go with the risky passes. And let's go with the more direct passes. See if we can get... Oh, he doesn't like the more direct passes. Why is that? Tries killer balls. Likes to switch balls. Is it the 1-2s? Does that clash with the 1-2s? Okay. Just make more risky passes then. And we're going to have to get Phil and Kembo off the bench. So... Freddie Briand is also injured. There's not a lot there, is there? Salif Gosse. And the player to keep an eye on is Chibozzo. 6.9, 6.4, 6.4. He's not mad about being a right winger. He was much better up front. And I don't really have room for him up front. So, do you know what? I might even start Daniel Sousa this game. Let's get him in. Here we go. Let's see how we get on then. Here we go. Why isn't Ndaba a left back now? Are we that small a squad? Dragoon, it's possible that somebody may have sold our left back to raise funds, thinking that he would be able to get in a good replacement. May turn out that he actually has not been able to source a good replacement, and so Corey Ndaba has moved out there instead. Is that a massive oversight on somebody's part? Yes. Is it something that somebody would do again in hindsight? No. Has it left us woefully weak at the back? Possibly. Does it mean that our best centre-half is not playing in central defence? Almost certainly. Are any of these things my fault? No. Isaac Lockett's with us.
Good day to you.
Afternoon, Isaac. Bringing down the average age of the stream. You're doing sterling work there. You and Joshua Brown. It's nice to have a viewer in their 20s. It brings the average age down considerably. Hope you're well. Hope your weekend was fun. You're thinking about following a team for next season, aren't you? If it's Spursy, are they getting closer to securing Postecoglou as their new coach? I've been away from media all morning today. That might even be something that's going through today. Let's show everybody what we're capable of. This is going to be a very tough game against a Toulouse side who spend 10... Oh, they've got Bakuna. Oh, Birmingham player. Birmingham player. It'll be painful when he scores against us. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Early corner. Bugsy Burrows. By the way, Bugsy Burrows... Oh, Baggett. Bilbo Baggett. By the way, Burrows is the other player we could move and play at left back. We don't have another deep-lying left winger. We could change our formation, though. We'll talk about that after we've lost this game. Here is the aforementioned Burrows. And here he is. And here he is. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. This is why I've blown almost all of the wage budget on one player. And I sold our left back so that we could afford him. He is just a lethal little finisher. Look at him. Dead eye. He just draws the keeper in and then makes him look a fool. Beautiful stuff. Rook is in. Good to see you, Rook. Sari, are you in your 20s as well? Well done. Well done if you're bringing the age down. Reece Foreman has got full faith in Big Ange. Are you a Spurs fan? He does seem like he knows what he's doing, but at Spurs... Does anybody get time at Spurs? I don't know. Oh, Bacuna. He's good, isn't he? He's good. Even he must be in his mid-40s by now. It's 2031, but he is good. I'll tell you what, though. Look at this. We've given Toulouse a decent half of football here. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, no. The keeper's plucked it out. He's got two full-backs that are really centre-halves that really don't want to receive the ball. He's got Boateng, who's a midfielder, playing just in front of him. Here we go. Sousa. There's one of those risky passes. He's in again. Oh, he's missed one. The keeper must have got a bit of shorts on it. Oh, a bit tigerish in that midfield there, aren't we? Here we go. Here he is. Look at him. Unselfish. Get Bugsy Burrows involved. Oh, it's at the bar. Oh, there's a chance there. I'm really... Oh. Tell you what, we are giving Toulouse a bit of a game of football. I reckon we might keep the score down to maybe a 2-1, 3-1 defeat here, the half we've had. Oh no, it's Tultona. Oh no, it's Boateng. I was going to say, I didn't think Tultona would rein in with a header like that. It's Malachi Boateng. It's 2-0.
Le triplé! Eh oui! 3 partout! Pour l'instant, c'est tir au but, mais il va rester du temps.
Oh, we're 2-0 up against Toulouse here, I'm just saying. What do we got? Dracoon. Zlatan retiring tugged on the old heartstrings. Did it? I'm not so sure. Didn't tug on mine. Bermudo sinking the enemy. Yeah, did you see the little triangles of passes they were playing? Jablord liked it. Reece Foreman, unfortunately, yeah. Oh, what do you mean, unfortunately, yes. If you get Big Ange, you're laughing there. 100 million from Real Madrid for Harry Kane. Go shopping with that. Speaking of good halves of football. Sorry, how common was that? Speaking of good halves of football. Speaking of good halves. We only had 6 this weekend in J-League. One of the games got postponed due to a hurricane. Reece. Back-to-back promotions. Hold on, Reece. We're 4 games into the season here. 4 games. Z, you're with me. Never... Well, no, I dislike Zlatan. It's just... You know, he's retiring at the age of 63. He's had a decent innings. And I've not always found him the most endearing of characters. Personally. Certainly, Malmö fans will not be a big fan of him. And there we go. Got no game. That's what we're over. C'est magnifique. Taylor Made is in as well. Welcome in, Spencer.
Good morning.
Dean, has Joaquin retired as well? Does that mean I can't tell my story any longer about how his longevity is due to his diet as a youngster? I'll leave the story there. It's daytime viewing. What are we going to say? I'm going to tell them we need more possession in the second half. Harrison Burrows did not like that. Deal with it, Harrison. Fitness-wise, looking good. How is Daniel Sosa playing? Not great. Okay. And Cedric Andre. Cedric the Entertainer. He's not playing great either. Okay. Things to think about for the second half. We'll need a third goal, by the way. Record appearance maker in the Liga. You must watch him being subbed off yesterday. I saw Cagliarella being subbed off. That was beautiful when Quag came off. At Napoli, who he used to play for. By the way, Simeone scored a great goal in that Napoli game. But I don't have the channels, Dean, to get any of the Spanish football. So I've missed all of that. I'm very, very out of the loop. Who's this Grand Gene? He's a little one, isn't he? Oh, I told you we're going to need 3 goals to win this game. We're going to need 3 goals. So yeah, I'm very out of the loop with Spanish football. Wolf Tracks, good morning to you.
Good morning.
The lads, Wolf, are in fine fettle. We're in our 4th game of the Ligue 2 season. We've picked up 2 draws. Then we beat Nantes. And we're currently 2-0 up against Toulouse, no less. Toulouse paying 10 million a year on wages. We're spending 2. So we're doing pretty well, Wolf. Hopefully, your morning's going pretty well so far. Start of the work day, start of the working week, I would guess. I've already spoken to your boss, though, Wolf. Don't push it too hard today. They said just take it easy. Ease into the week. I feel like we're going to need 3 goals to get a result here. This player is tiny. Who is this little guy? No, I knew we were going to need 3 goals. I knew it. Defense is rubbish. Who is this little player? Grand Jean. 5'2". Look at the pace on Grandjean. Oh dear, we're going to lose this game. Okay. What does my mate Mike tell me? If you can see it happening, fix it before it happens. Before going to 2-1, I said we'd need a 3rd goal to get a result here. Z, daytime viewing implies the existence of a Llama after dark. Do you know what? I've been thinking about it, Z. I've been thinking about doing an extra stream once a week. But over on the Purple brand. Just trying that out. Late night Llama. Maybe just in the run up to FM24. Maybe doing some like save ideas streams. Some late night save idea streams. As well as a new concept that I've invented called Football Manager Freestyling. Which I won't say any more about because it's ridiculous. But I was thinking about doing that on the Purple brand. TaylorMade, currently watching you with a claret and blue foam hand. You peaked early there, aren't you? When's the final? Thursday? Tanjung, just realised you are bringing Elkan Baggett. He's our tower in the national team. Of course he is. He's only 28 in, 2031. I rescued him from non-league football and brought him over to French football. And he's equipped himself pretty well, if I'm honest. Rook, in a very uncharacteristic event, there was a fight during one of the matches. The ref broke it up with only warnings. Then the 2 participants started yelling at each other. So out came, well, you can't have the yelling. Punching, we'll turn a blind eye to, but the yelling. The purple brand. You can stream on quality street tins these days. Learn something new every day. You absolutely can. FM freestyling. You rap your way through match commentary. You definitely watch. Kirk, it's inspired by freestyle rap TikToks that I've been watching recently. It's funny what your TikTok timeline suggests to you. In no way am I the target market for freestyle rap videos, but started watching a few and they're oddly addictive. And I thought I could take this concept to streaming. I won't say any more about it. It's truly ridiculous. Luke Hall. Luke Hall. God, what are we? Is it even 6 in the morning yet, Luke? Llama After Dark gets your vote. Also, morning afternoon. Llama After Dark would be lunchtime llama for you over there on the west coast, wouldn't it? You Oregoners. What do you call people from Oregon? Oregonarians? Oregonios? Is freestyling a split screen with FM on one side and break dancing? That's it. Yeah, just body popping like it's 1984. Right. Mike says if you can spot it, stop it before it happens. And it's like that. And then we play Cadiz. Oh, see, I'll tell you what. Get the intellectual property on that one. It's like that, and then we play Cadiz. Oreganos. I think you're right there, aren't you, KD3? Definitely Oreganos. Dragoon loves epic rap battles of history. That's as far as your love for rapping goes. Kirk, that was good, wasn't it? David Hall. What have you missed? Embarrassingly, David, I am still in the first game of the stream. Hour and 10 minutes in. I was showing the chat some very limp transfer business. Okay, let's concentrate now. We need to make changes. And the changes we need to make are as follows. Chibotso needs to come on. I can't believe you can play on the wing. Do you know what? That might not be disastrous, actually. Maxim Atiari is going to be a defensive winger. Okay. Chibotso. Midfield centre. Okay, no. Don't mark anybody specific. Just sit in that little passing lane. Bugsy Burrows. Ease off. Cool your jets, son. Cool your jets. And we come down. We step up. Condense all of that space. Keep countering because we're going to need a third goal. Keep the tempo up. We do want to counter-attack with gusto, so we'll do that. And go cautious. Okay. This seems good. Anybody not playing well? No. Okay. All of these changes. You watch how quickly we can see that equaliser now. You watch. Bring a DM maybe to shut the door. I'm hoping that bringing the AM in there will help shut the door. Cut out the passing lanes from their defensive midfielder. I mean, that was an easy goal to avoid if we'd have just cleared the ball, to be honest. By the way, their left winger is destroying our right back, and our right back is already on defend, and he's nervous. Let's bring on the experience of Johan Belingi. Jesse James once sang about him. It's not about the Belingi. Luke, you're running a safe currently with... you just give me the excuse there. What was that? EFK? Is that IFK? EFK Göteborg? Somehow won the Champions League? Goodness me. That's good going. Here he goes. Chase him down, Jesus. Chase him down. By the way, now that we are making the switch towards a new gen kind of save, I'm not sure how much longer I can put up with these faces before I apply some of my... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I just knew it. I said it at 2-0. I knew it. And I said before the game, Bacunia's going to score. Oh. Excuse the language now, but bother. Oh, that's a beautiful finish. He's given the keeper the eyes. He's looked in one corner. Outside of the foot, he's put it in at the near post. Dag nabbit. We're going to lose as well. We're going to lose. Oh, who's done that? Peter Andre. Ah. And you are called Oregonians. Pronunciation varies. Well, that's nice, Luke. I like that. What's the name of the Twitch channel? Well, I don't really have a Twitch channel. I have a Twitch username, but I've never streamed on Twitch. It's just called FM Llama. Timbers drew against one of your rivals this weekend. Is that the Sounders? Think you're just outside of the playoffs, but lead the Cascadia Cup. Rook, the problem with AM is it's college radio stations. Chase them down, Jesus. The first two. I see. Oh, dear. Cascadian Trophy, a rivalry trophy between, was it Vancouver and... is it yourself, Seattle and Vancouver? Dragoon, 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline, is when I'm managing. Told you, get the DM to help at the back right now. Your team is not strong enough. Happy Monday, PM. Reese, you'll accept 5% of the blame for this, for suggesting back-to-back promotions. Reese, I appreciate that. Fairly determined. Sorry you're late. What did you miss? Chris, nothing. Just me tossing away 2-0 leads again like they're going out of fashion. Corian Darber, 6.3. Elkin Baggett, 6.4. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely. Let's have a little think about this. Okay, so go and play there. Go and play there. Stay there. Go and play there. Do a bit of that. Hello. There we go. Formation on the fly. And there we go. There we go, Tanjung. Just for you. Just for you. We're very lopsided. You'll do that. And we'll go up to balanced. And we're also going to throw out a really aggressive shout. I think we're going to lose this game 3-2. 2-0 up as well. Here is the... God, it's that 5'2" player. Look at him. He's a little magician. Oh. Not again. Oh, for... Oh dear, you hate these games where you have a chance to win, a small chance, but the opponent just slowly chips away. Point away at Toulouse wouldn't be bad, I tell you what, it'd be great. Got no game. It would be great. Jay Obermax started a Belgium save. What a finish to the season in Belgium at the weekend, by the way, with Verton. Literally the only team from South Belgium that is playing in the top 2 tiers of Belgian football. Team actually closer to Luxembourg. Oh, so Belgian football is actually split into, 4 different areas, isn't it? So you've got the Northern Flemish clubs like Club Brugge, Antwerp, who just won the title, Henk. You've got the teams from Brussels, RWDM, Union Saint-Gilloise, Anderlecht. Then you've got the teams you're talking about from Wallonia, the most successful of which is Standard Liège. And, oh, for God's sake, I just give up. Give up. Just give up. Yeah, Standard Liège. You've got Charleroi, big club from Wallonia. And yeah, Verton are down there. And then you've also got in the tiny little eastern, northeast, eastern part on the German border, you've got a little German-speaking enclave in Belgium where, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Eupen? Who I think are still in the top flight. Eupen are from. So I'm pretty sure they're the German-speaking club in Belgium. Great league to be managing in. I had a 5-year Belgian football manager obsession No, that's going to destroy morale, isn't it? Let's do that instead. A 5-year Belgium manager obsession. I've never managed Verton. I managed another team from right down in the south. Union Royal Namur. Love managing in Belgium. Never done it since started making YouTube content. Always tempted. Every single year. Okay. Sorry, Dean. I get very weepy when I talk about Belgian Football Manager. It's just one of the best leagues. Yeah, 3 tiers is great. I love that. 3 tiers. Perfect amount. I always find the 2-tier leagues just a little bit shallow. I don't expect them all to be 6-tier like the UK, like England is. I would like it if France, Germany, and Italy went down to 4. But for a country like Belgium, 3 is just perfect. And honestly, some of the clubs down there, I used to like it when actually the 3rd tier used to be regionalised. So you had like 2 different divisions, a northern one and a southern one. That gave you more choice of teams and more clubs being promoted into it. By the way, this is all of the misty-eyed romanticism you'd get in a late-night Llama stream where we'd be doing save ideas. Anyway, J. Obermac, that sounds like a great stream. Found it rather interesting, the lack of teams in southern Belgium in the top tiers. Yeah, so your Wallonian sides, your big ones, are pretty much Charleroi, and Standard Liège. They're like your big 2 Wallonian clubs as far as I'm aware. Park the bus, sweep the leg. Yeah, it's gone wrong. Can I get a non-standard Belgian club? No, only standard ones. Dragoon, you had a 5-year Belgian chocolate obsession. Well, I think I probably had that too. But the only thing that stopped me just relentlessly playing FM after FM in Belgium was a cheeky save in Norway that led to like a 5-year Norwegian obsession. And I mean obsession. Where back in the olden days, we're talking like early noughties here, where there wasn't quite the Football Manager graphics scene that there is now. I'd spend more time collecting player photos, stadium pictures than I did actually playing the game. No wonder I was playing it for 5 years. J. Obermac used to run Hank saves in FM22, turned Kevin John into a club legend and took him to Brighton with you to win the Prem. Tell you what, fairly determined, would be happy with that. He's a Brighton fan. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a Hail Mary. We're going to sell all of these transfer clauses and see where it gets us. So, sell it. Karim Dibby, sell it. Yep. Jamal Cholet, sell it. This could be a huge mistake. Z, your pun work is first class again. I had a very odd Norwegian football obsession. I managed some great clubs as well. By the way, if we ever do some late night Llama over on the other brand and we do some save ideas in the run up to FM24, I will spend 3 hours on Norwegian football. Easily. Okay, we're selling that one as well. We're selling that one. I'm just flogging a lot of these. Okay, all gone. That means we got 400k. Means we've got 145k transfer budget. Okay. Let me have a little play with these budget adjustments then. I need to save myself a bit of a signing on fee. That get me to 50. I'd still be over budget. Dag nabbit. Fairly determined. Had a great Norwegian save with Vidar. Took them to the brink of the top title and the save corrupted. Unbelievable. Like, you hate it. I had some great Norwegian saves. For a second there, you thought you were gone saying, I'm going to go for a Hail Mary and sell all our players. No. I was selling all of the clauses. Doing a Norway Youth Challenge at the moment with Arendal. Youth-only challenges in Norway is... Well, it's not really my middle name because that was quite a long sentence. But, tell me, how far have you got with Arendal? How far have you got? Right from the south, I think, aren't they, there, Arendal? Purge the youth players to save a few quid. What do you mean purge them? Get rid of them? Let's see who's out of contract. No. Just one. And he's not the worst. He's not the worst, but I don't like his work rate. 160 quid a week. He's not the worst, though, is he? He's no worse than that rubbish I bought in from PSV. Got no work ethic. Do we save the 160 quid? What about... I can't offer him to clubs because he's out of contract. Do you know what? Oh, why have I clicked on that? I didn't mean to. 160 quid a week. Be kind here, son. No, 650. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? I can't pay you 650 quid a week. Unbelievable. Still in the first season, so at the moment, just working out formation and getting coaches and training, get the best from the limited intake. Yeah, until you sell that first couple of players to improve the youth facilities, it's very tough. Very, very tough. If I could be so presumptuous as to offer you a little bit of advice, keep your eye on here we go. Junior coaching. It is the silent killer of finances, junior coaching. So the board are often, willing to increase your junior coaching, and there's no upfront cost of it, I don't think. You just wait until you see your finances start plummeting into the minuses, and then the board starts selling your best players whenever bids come in, and they sell them off too cheap. And when I was managing in Norway doing my youth only save with Tromsdalen, it was I swear it was the junior coaching that got me. I'm just offering these fools out. Here we go. Tallis, but Arendal do have amazing facilities. Oh, do they? Do they really? Picked a good one there then. I'm very tempted, by the way. There is a club in Norway that I'm very tempted by for FM24. Very tempted. Is it too soon to go back to Norway, though? By the way, I'm already thinking of ideas for FM24. I'm feeling like for FM24, as a stream save, I want to do a one club save. Which is very risky because I quite often get sacked in these things, and that would mean it potentially could be quite a short one club save. And then I might do something more mercenary-esque, perhaps, for YouTube. Maybe even a director of football save. 3 o'clock today over on the Manager's Seat YouTube channel. New video out about how to set up and play as a director of football in FM23, produced by the fabulous Games Tell Stories. We're on the countdown. 32 minutes until literally the best video you will have seen in weeks is released on the Manager's Seat channel. We're all going to be playing director of football saves after watching that video, because it is honestly, it's a great sales pitch. It makes those kind of saves look very attractive. Very attractive. Joshua Brown, was Tromsdalen worse than Luzern? It was. Because with Luzern, they really did keep selling all the family jewels. But I was able to sign players. Oh, for God's sake. For God's sake. But I was obviously able to sign replacements. And we got some good players in, if you remember rightly. Whereas at Tromsdalen, every time they sold a player, I had some 15-year-old to replace them with who was nowhere near the same quality. So it was very difficult. Dean, it was made by Game Tell Stories, just above you in the chat. If you've not seen one of his videos yet, Dean, honestly, it is a treat for the senses, and I mean that genuinely. Rather than appear in the videos himself, he has an animated version of himself. Goodness only knows how he sets it up. It's absolutely incredible. I honestly find watching that little character more engaging than actually watching a real human being. It's brilliant. And if we're very, very nice to him, Games Tell Stories might make maybe 1 or 2 other videos for the manager's seat, which we would be very, very excited about. I feel like finding some players as well, because I wanted to throw the water bottle in the last game. 4 goals they conceded in the second. Oh, look at that. Absolute disgrace. So you got... No, I can't find you because you got sent off. But I can find you. Absolutely, I can find you. And Bilbo Baggett. Absolutely, you're getting fined. That saves a bit of money right there as well. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Rook, not getting sacked is easy when the board wants a meeting about your future quit and you go somewhere else. Well, that's why I like Mercenary, because I was never at a club long enough to get sacked. Yeah, it's Red Star versus Parry, and we're going into it, Luke, a little fragile, I'm going to be honest. Derby day. Z has just got to the point where your board don't seem to want to sell players every time there's a bid on it. It's so... it's annoying, isn't it, Z? I don't mind them selling them. It's when they sell them off so cheap. As soon as there's a waft of a £50 note under their nose, the board are in. Another thing that really annoys me is that if you protest and it's unsuccessful, and then another bid comes in for another player, you can't do 2 protests in a row. That always feels a little bit irritating. Animated me is definitely far more engaging than real life me. Now, that's something I don't believe for 1 second, Kirk. But honestly, your videos are so well edited, so entertaining. And I was on your channel this morning, having a little snoop around, getting some links for the video. You're on about 2,300 subs at the moment. That is generally about 7,700 too low. Hopefully, we'll be able to send a few Manager's Seat subscribers your way, because honestly, superb videos. Llama going to be a VTuber on the purple brand is what you're hearing. I don't know about that. I'm very scared about the purple brand because it seems like there's more buttons to press. People have told me that it's not true, and if you can stream on YouTube, you can stream on the purple brand, but I'm less than convinced. Less than convinced. What's going on here? Pokes comes in, says hello, changes his mind, and then retracts it. Oh, right, because his pun was wrong. Good afternoon, Barack Llama. The first Irish president of the USA. Welcome in, Pokesy. Welcome in.
Good morning.
Pokes, of course, is one of the best, kindest, most generous, entertaining, charismatic, energetic people you can ever see stream Football Manager over on the purple brand. Literally, if you like hanging out here weekday afternoons, then Wednesday evenings, Friday evenings, correct me if I've got my timings wrong there, Pokes, get yourself over to watch Pokes. It's like me, only better. You'll absolutely love it. I first found Pokes when I was watching another great streamer called Michelino, Swedish streamer, and he raided into Pokes, and I was genuinely gripped. I arrived during the middle of a quiz, and it was fabulous. And I've been watching Pokes ever since. He's an absolute wonder. And might even be streaming tonight, old Pokely Dokely, because are you taking part in the part of the playoffs draft competition tonight? Are these all things that might be true? Fairly determined you don't get Twitch either. What the heck up? I have no idea what bits are. I don't know what bits are, what pieces are. I don't know. I can't imagine a scenario where I'd ever be able to click enough buttons to raid somebody. It all seems frightfully scary, if you ask me. But I've already got about 50 followers over on the Purple brand. I'm very tempted to say, once I've got 100, I'll go live. But I've no idea how to do that. Joshua Brown, it can't be the best video you've ever seen in weeks. You were watching Border Adventures this morning. What were you watching, Joshua? What were you watching? By the way, Games Tell Stories video will be significantly better edited than that load of old nonsense was. Yassine, your striker did not score for 12 games. Now he scores in back-to-back games. Check whether he's got that player trait. Not the player trait, sorry. They're kind of like the personality thing of being inconsistent. Sometimes I find that strikers are the worst players in Football Manager when they have that inconsistency thing. So Johan Bonny here is a consistent performer, which means that he tends to score his goals fairly evenly, I find. He's not scored this season, granted. But if you look at the back end of last season, you know, he wasn't too streaky. He might go a couple of games without a goal, but, you know, scored in most of those. I find it's the strikers that have poor consistency that are streaky. So they'll bag you 10 in 8 and then disappear for 6 months. I can't stand those kind of strikers. Z, if it helps, you manage fine on Twitch, but Z, you're younger than I. You're not an ignoramus. You're younger than I, and I dare I say it, you're probably a darn sight more intelligent than me as well. I'm literally, it took me 2 years to get up the courage to stream on YouTube. And literally, that was nowhere near as complicated as I thought it was going to be. Jackie's in as well. Welcome in, Jackie, the espresso cat.
Good morning.
Going a little bit patchy, if I'm honest, Jackie. We were just 2-0 up against Toulouse with our tiny little Red Star Paris side. And we conceded 4 goals in the second half to lose to Toulouse. And now we're taking on Parry FC in the derby, and I'm not full of confidence about this game either. I'm going to make changes. I'm going to bring Boateng into midfield. I'm going to bring Coriandaba back into the defence. And then I need to decide what I'm going to do about left back. I'm thinking of bringing Evan Bosk in. The Bosk man. Dribbling of 2, off the ball of 3 is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Yassine, he's not inconsistent. Then absolutely forget everything that I spent 3 minutes going on about. Thoughtsy, hey up, Thoughtsy. I'll tell you what, let's give Thoughtsy a nice little...
Evening, everybody.
Let's get some norms on the go as the regulars rock in. Pull up a stall, Thoughtsy. We'll pour you a cold one from the bar. Joshua Brown, you're watching Season 3, Episode 1, a top 3 episode of the series. Is that right? Do you know my favourite one, JB? And it's very, very narcissistic that I have a favourite episode of a series that I made. But it's when we were at Lucerne and we were in Europe and we were taking on... I can't remember who we were playing. I want to say Ghent in Belgium in a European tie. And I came back to the highlights from the first leg. And I kind of dubbed some German commentary over the top of it. I very much enjoyed making that episode. I like the more creative ones. What are we going to do here? Todd Favre. Right. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Because I'm not happy Not happy. Sorry. Well, not thinking out loud here. I'm not speaking at all. Thinking about making some changes here. Doing that. Maybe a cheeky bit of inside wingerage there. Maybe that. Burrow's coming up into that space. Boateng just holding. Doesn't like to tackle harder. Okay. Mark position, mark tighter. Tatona being more of the playmaker. Dominguez being the winger. Bonnie and Bermudo. Godin just trying to hold up an end there. How's Godin been, by the way? Not very good. Maybe even just bringing in a conventional right back. Get Blingy in there. I'm thinking of doing this, you know. Thinking of doing this. What do we got? Rook. FIFA database update. 10 matches in. 0 losses. Woo in 3rd in the Asian League. Very good. Well done. And you assembled a squad. You don't want Border Adventures to be well edited. It'd lose its rustic charm. Rustic charm is just code for naff, isn't it? Border Adventures is the uplifting hurdy-gurdy. Well done for getting hurdy-gurdy in there. Can you link your Twitch name? You can't find it on Twitch. Awful search engine. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. I don't know whether my own chatbot might overrule me and not allow me to put links to my own channel in, but we shall see. Here we go. There is absolutely nothing going on with this channel whatsoever. 57 followers, though. I'm going to be honest. I'm quite pleased with that. 57. So let's throw that in the old chatters. There we go. There we go. That's the badger. 57 followers. 57 very kind people. Because when I go into other people's streams, people shout me out. Like the beautiful person that's just arrived, the mad scientist.
Evening, everybody.
Well, Mad's actually great, actually. Mad takes the time to give a little YouTube link for me, which is very, very kind. But if I do a little bit over on the... one of the main reasons I fancy streaming on the Purple brand, just giving it a go, is so that when I go into other people's streams, they don't have to make the effort to go and find my YouTube link. I always feel terribly bad about that. Yassine, your team is very inconsistent, is it? Jackie, listen, Mosin, still working. Moved to your girlfriend's place in the weekend. I've not played FM since. Dear me. Bless you, bless you. And welcome into Mad. Always great to have the hero of Aarhus, the hero of custom retro databases with us. Rook's got 12 people through the door, 2 goalkeepers. Lovely. JB, you've ordered a hurdy-gurdy from America and you're still waiting for it. JM Thoughts, what do you mean, this me? What does that mean, this me? What is this me? By the way, another thing I would not be able to do if I went over onto the other brand, I would not be able to shout out people when they came in. That would be embarrassing. I've no idea how you do that. And you saw how long it took me just to find my own channel and put it in the chat there. Okay, we're going to go and take on Parry FC. We're going to be playing a club beloved by Wolf Tracks. He had a very, very long and pretty successful save with Parry FC on his own YouTube channel. And now I'm going to be taking them on. We're the home team. And after the last game, I am very nervous about our defending. I said we needed 3 goals. Shouting people out is built in. I don't know what that even... I don't even know what built in means. I feel like I need like some young millennial, like a Gavin Brash or a Salty B, somebody young and trendy to spend a bit of time with me on Discord explaining things. It won't be easy, but make sure you give it everything. I want something about how you were rubbish last game. Now get out there and make up for it. I don't see that one. All the best, have fun. Go out there and come on now. Where's the rallying cry? Get out there and make nothing. Absolutely zilch. Nada, zip, nothing. Rook, hang out with Zealand. He'll help you. Would I ever spend time hanging out with Zealand? Is that a thing? Is that a thing that I've been doing in the last week? I don't know. I couldn't possibly comment. Thoughtsy, young millennial. Thoughtsy, you're a bit of a young millennial. You're not even the big 3-0, are you? Is a bit of an oxymoron now. Millennials are all... Okay, so you're not a millennial. You are a... What are you? Like a Gen Z? I need a Zoomer, not a Boomer. Let's go, Carney. Any chance you catch the last match there? Right. I did. So I saw Antwerp have won their first title in however many decades, haven't they? So that, yeah, looked like a... So it was Union Saint-Gilloise and was it Hank and Royal Antwerp that could all win the title on the last day? And did Union Saint-Gilloise and Hank both draw? So Antwerp stole the title. 60 plus years for Antwerp. Yeah, looked fabulous. Don't get Belgian football on UK TV. We have to go, to watch any Belgian football, I have to go through a Indonesian website where they have all the Dutch and the Belgian football and the Serie B Italian football. Joshua Brand, you don't know how to do the purple brand either, but you're not a millennial, not old enough. You suggest it in the hopes of another collab video. Me? Another collab video with Zealand? As if young Zealand and I would be making another video together. As if that's a thing that could ever happen. Ryan just followed and got notifications turned on for the Twitch channel. Hey, does that mean I'm up to 58? PM, please don't do that. Please don't do what? Wolf Tracks, sorry, done that one. And Tanjung. Gank. Llama too big. Yeah, of course. We're going to get mauled by Paris here. I did say we'd not been very good in the first, what did we play? 3 games? Drew 2, 1-1. And I told you we weren't very good. And we made a great start to this game. Here he is, Berling. Throws the ball straight to the opposition. But Bermudo's hit the post twice now in the last 2 games. Oh dear. We made a good start to this game. We're going to lose again, aren't we? We're going to lose again. By the way, their away kit is absolutely superb. Oh, good save. Good save. I always want to call Kochik Coaches. That's not his name. Yes! Finally! He has been quiet this season. Game number 5. Bonnie M. There he is. Oh. Right, 1-0 up. Look, we've had a dominant first half performance. Let's praise it. And give away a corner. Oh, straight away. Oh, Bugsy. Great tackle. Oh, for God's sake. I swear it's the shouts. I swear it's the shouts. Parry FC have offered nothing this game. We score. I praise. Oh, for God's sake. And is it me? Or is that really weak defending? Where is this player that scores the goal? Why are two players the wrong side of him? Why are three players all on one man? Oh, no. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Apologies for the blue language, but dag nabbit. We are going to struggle this season. I think it's going to be a real season of toil. Because once the morale goes after a couple of these defeats, we are in free fall. Bilbo Baggett, Billing, to Bonnie M, and to the man. Do it. Is he off? Is he off? Is he? Oh, we've got a strike force. The only thing we've got going for us is we've got a good strike force. Bonnie M and Jesus Bermuda. He doesn't look a thing like Jesus, by the way. Talks like a gentleman, like you imagined, but doesn't look a thing like him. There they are, teaming up. That was very close to being offside. Okay, 2-1 now. No praise. No praise. Oh, by the way, sorry, I've missed lots of comments here. Let's go, Connie. Last match day in Belgium was crazy. 3 teams in the running. During the match, the title shifted between all 3, and Antwerp got a last-minute screamer from Alderweireld. Jackie, you are leading La Liga with Sevilla. Might be the year. Enough of Z. We like watching you not slamming an American into everything. I don't know what that means. Fairly determined. What year is this? Saint Etienne down in Ligue 2. I don't know if they've been up and come down again. I'm in 2031. I can't imagine a club of Saint Etienne size have spent 8-9 seasons down here. Maybe they've bounced up and come down. But HC16 always happens when you praise. Well, I won't be making that mistake again. Bonnie scores and the defence say, gotta go home. Dragoon won't get away with that language. I know. Easy before the watershed potty mouth. I know. Sometimes you can't contain it, can you? Nice music. Thank you, Jackie. Nice bit of Epidemic Sound playlist here. That song you play when you score is lost on me. You're far too young for whoever sings that song. Which one? Which one? That is Rasputin by Boney M. Not really Bonnie M, but Boney M. Oh God, he's on the way down, isn't he? And that's the Beach Boys, purely because it mentions the country Bermuda, not even Bermudo. A little bit of creative license there. Right. We're going to lose in the second half. So the question is, how do I not lose in the second half? Don't have too much on the bench that I want to bring on in a midfield sense, which is alarming. Dominguez has played very well. That's interesting. How to not lose. Unleash Bosk. But you're going to have to tell me here. A couple of people really quite like Evan Bosk. Why? Why do we like Bosk? Because technically, he looks an absolute drip to me. If I put him anywhere in my team, it's going to spell curtains, isn't it? Drop the wingers back into a 4-4-2. Well, good point. To do that, I mean, I could probably drop Dominguez back. I can't really drop Cheboso back. Or maybe I could. Maybe I could. See, I'm thinking about bringing on Evan Bosk to play left back and getting Bugsy Burrows back on the left wing. You've got a soft spot for the underdogs. Are we saying that Evan Bosch is so rubbish that he's an underdog? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. And we'll change that to that. No, we won't. Don't be silly. We'll change it to that. Okay. Do they have an AM? They don't. We're matching up 4-4-2. Okay. And then I told them not to get complacent. Did I? Did I tell them? No, I told them about I wanted more possession last time. I'm going to say don't let your performance levels drop this time. Yes, also you're sorry. HSing Bosk is scoring. You can smell it. Bring off Dominguez and bring on Maxime. He can play right back and right midfield. He can, but not well. He's going to be a horrible right midfielder. I bought him on in the last game, and what did he get? Like 6 point something. We'll save that. We'll save that for later on, because Dominguez is playing all right. Okay. At the moment. We need a third. Let's be brutally honest, we need a fourth. Playing well. Berlingi at right back is not. I have no fullbacks. I've assembled a squad with no... I've assembled a squad with no fullbacks. They look like a dynamic duo. They look like the least dynamic individuals I think we could have brought in. Here's Berlingi. He's coming off in a minute, I think. He's not been good. Here's Bonnie M. Oh, he's brought down. You may well throw your arms in the air, young man. You were clipped there. Boateng, if they counter and score from this, I'm going to go full Jose Mourinho. Berlingi and Darber. We're playing some almost controlled possession football. There's the Bosk man. I was about to say giving the ball away, but he hasn't. And that's got to be off. Yeah, it's off. That was the goal we needed. That was the one. Boney M. He's got width out wide. Is Dominguez. Oh, get it in. Get it in. Yes. 3-1. We might get a draw. Where did you find those awful bench players? I just went through my shortlist looking for players that would sign for under £1,000 a week. Because I signed Bermudo and I signed a central midfielder, positions I wasn't looking to fill, and it meant I had no squad and very little wage budget. So I just went through and started signing just dross, like Todd Favre, who plays for under 700 quid a week. Or, actually, I spent a little bit more on this player, to be fair. Benadoud. I think he's all right. I think he's okay. It's not terrible. We do need to make some changes, though. So Benadoud could actually come on and do a decent job as a right winger, I think, couldn't he? So let's get him on now for Dominguez. And we're also struggling. Got a yellow card. Let's bring on Nino Godin. Swap around with Bagger. Okay. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Rook, if you throw the bottle, remember, full bottle top off. Pokes, the Rasputin is an absolute tune. You need to hear the whole song. Well, of course, we're on YouTube here. I don't know whether I can even get away with just playing 4 seconds of that without getting some kind of strike against the stream. What gives me confidence is that I did it with... But that was literally a second of Wild Boys. And it never flagged it up. The YouTube kind of like spiders clearly couldn't work out that I was playing Duran Duran. But I'm playing slightly more. So I'm expecting Is it on? Is it on? 4-1 could get us a point here. I think it's on. It's on. Come on. Is that 2 for the afternoon for him as well? So I'm expecting to get some kind of strike against this stream, and we won't be playing these songs again. When Bonnie's in front of goal today, he really is daddy cool. He really is. Beautiful football. Thank you, Dan Jung. By the way, let's go back a second there. Who put that cross in? Because he is rampaging forward from central midfield. So Bonnie, lovely ball. Central midfielder. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, 72 minutes. 4-1 up in the derby against Parry FC. That doesn't happen every day. We could get a point out of this game if we manage it well. Elkan Baggett needs to come off. Not yet. Tatolna, needs to come off. Not yet. And Boateng's playing a 6.5. You see, there you go. Jackie's a youngster, and Jackie knew it was the Beach Boys. Song for the poor United fans. You thought it was yours. 30,000 bucket hats. Then Gundogan scored. Did they ever think it was theirs? I thought they must have gone into it thinking they were heavy underdogs, didn't they? Boateng. What can we do? Oh, we're going to have to bring on Salif Gossett. All right. Let's try and manage the game out. By the way, it did not do us any harm, I don't think, dropping back to that 4-4-2. Looked quite good in that shape. Done really well in this game. I think we might get a point here. Here comes the comeback. Here we go. No, players have killed the game. They've just killed the game. That is a much needed win. 2 apiece for Bermudo and Bonnie. Very pleased with that. Well done. If you hadn't tossed away a 2-goal lead against Toulouse, we could have been unbeaten here. Still, that last performance, that fills me with a little bit of hope. That whilst we can't keep clean sheets, we are playing a team that's not started the season well. But whilst we cannot keep clean sheets, we might be able to outgun the opposition in a few games this season. Maybe just blitzing in a 4-2-4 and just trying to outscore could be the way to go. Our opening day draw against Nancy doesn't look like a bad result after the way they've started either. Interesting. By the way, let's have a look at Saint Etienne. Chris was asking. No, they have. They've bounced up to Ligue 1 just once. Came bottom. Come straight back down. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. The B&B putting the opposition to bed. Dragoon. Huge fan of your work. Let's jump over. Let's jump over. They had 12 seconds before the game was up, and Fergie rushed down to pay off VAR. But just not good enough. Congratulations on your weekend win, Nigel. Hope you enjoyed that one. What are we doing? Where are we? Okay, so it's Monday today. We are going to be at Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK, 8 a.m. East Coast of America. In the evening time, if you're joining us from Asia. Have a very wonderful start to your week. We'll try and play a few games offline. We'll try and come back. Start Wednesday stream. Maybe we'll have 10, 12 games under our belt. I don't think this is going to be an easy season. Any of you that are talking about back-to-backs or double promotions, I would wipe such thoughts from your mind. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we do this season. If we can survive, and if we can go into the next season with just a little bit more money to spend, I am very excited as to what we might be able to do with Red Star. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. You are all absolutely fabulous people. We will see you on Wednesday. In the meantime, Have a great start to your week. Enjoy some Football Manager. We'll see you very soon.